Okay, let's have another crack at this. I ran into a couple of issues earlier on today. I lost my save somewhere along the way and had to try and retrieve it back up. So anyway, what I've done, there's a few changes. I've added a few bits and bobs, a vignette filter, I can't remember what else I've done, but I'm just going to crack on. I'd like to try and put a bit of sound in today, and I want to try and I'm sort of, if we just bring that up, onto there. I've sort of I'm going down the sort of horror type route. Horror as in sort of, you know, Count Dracula horror. So the Vicar's not really in place anymore. You see, I've made some bats and that to go in there. So I'm thinking that the Vicar needs changing as a character, probably some Igor type thing, I think. Still not clear on the on what the targets are, what we need to be doing and that, but I'm just sort of getting it's sort of coming together slowly as I go through it. My character's not really a hero type, it's just a generic bloke at the moment, so I don't know whether I'll change that. So I'm sort of thinking along the lines of maybe these some sort of like some sort of Igor character, and then a main like Dracula type boss type thing. The setting seems to fit it better. It's sort of a bit more almost castle-y than it is churchy, I think, now. And them bats have worked out all right. I've made them, they're quite a random movement. They're basically 4-directional, and they bounce off the edges and can sort of change direction off a couple of random selectors. So they seem to be filling the you know, the void up all right. And I've got a few, I can't remember what I've put in there now, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 16, about 16 of the bats, so they seem to be working okay. I have put in there a killer, and I've set a boolean, is it boolean? I can't remember what they call it now, what do they call it? I can't remember what you call it. Yeah, boolean variable for them. Sorry, that's for that. Instance variables for him being alive, which I've not implemented because I don't want to keep dying while I'm just testing little bits and bobs, but we'll just toggle that disabled off. And currently, as I say, I lost a save on it, so I'm not sure where we are with it at the moment, but I think you just go meh, bang, that's it at the moment. Obviously I've got no sound on it or anything just yet. Might have a go at making some sounds today, because it helps keep your enthusiasm there if you've got a bit of noise happening. So yeah, a little bit further on than what I was yesterday. What else did I do? I think I tidied up the steps a little bit, and I'm also wondering whether or not I ought to make some of these collectibles. You see, that's why I keep dying. That's why I took that off there. I don't want that, do I? I want that. So let's just disable that again for now. So things to do. obviously I've got the level creation to do, but I need to get the fundamentals there first. So one of the things was, can I make these any smaller than they currently are, because they look a little bit big. So I'm wondering if I can sort of chop these down a little bit. Just to make them a bit more realistic to the... Can't really cut that in anymore, can I? That's the same colour across there. So I could potentially chop that out to there. To there. Come on, pick the colour up, you fool. To there, and then just chop that base out a little bit there. And then maybe that could go, couldn't it? Don't need that. Don't need that. Got to have those, got to have those. We might be able to come in a little bit on the side there. And the same on that side. And then maybe it just looks a bit giant at the minute compared to the player. So if we trim that down, how are we looking now? Okay, what does that look like now? It's a little bit more sensible size. And we could do with doing something similar on. That's it. I mean, it's obviously big, but I think we could go a bit smaller, and I just need to realign the bottom on there as well, don't I? So we're not looking at chat there. We've got chat back up again. Cool. So we don't want that. We want that one there. And probably just chop that down to there, I think. In fact, it doesn't really matter, cut that down to there. Or I could leave the... What's up in there? I could just... No, we'll do that. And set that to the bottom. Bottom. No, not bottom left. Quick assign, bottom. And then that should sit on there. That's better. That's better. Cool. Right. Shield and cross, need to make them a little bit of that. A little bit smaller too then, don't we? We can fairly easily with that. Pop that in there. That's quite a bit smaller than it was, isn't it? I wonder if we can go in again. Do we need to go in again a little bit more? Come on, select it then, you fool. Can we do that? Let's try that. trim that down and save it. No, we don't want to save it. We want to change the thingy, don't we? That's right in the middle, though, is it? Pick a sign. Bottom. That'll do for that. Out of there. How's that look? Yeah, that looks a bit more reasonable. Now I've just got the crucifix. We'll probably need to do making that a little bit smaller as well while we're at it. I think I'm finding that with a lot of these especially when you're working in pixels like this, a lot of these graphics, you can't really say, oh, I want to do a 6x16 size so and so. You sort of go as small as you can that still allows you to have the sort of shading that you want to use. Well, that seems to be the order of the day anyway. So we bring that into there, and then we do the same with that. Chop that down to about there. I don't think I can really bring that in anymore without it being too... Well, it might work, might go. It might just go. Yeah, it'd be alright. Select that, trim that. Let's have a look, see what we're looking for now. That's good. You see, it's a more reasonable size. The only thing is it's off the ground again, isn't it? So we need to just rectify that with that. Set that origin point to the bottom, and away we go. Kushti. Smash in. Collect them, bang. Right. Okay, so what I could do with now, have I got two of them? What I could do with now is I'll rename that to shield. Cool. So next job, let's have a go at making a jump noise. I think what we got, I have got some elastic bands that will be interesting what they sound like recorded. So let's first of all stop this lovely music and let's bring up Cool Edit, and I don't know how well that's going to record. Oh, my nose is itching. Try it over a cup. Does that sound like? Oh, my nose is itching. Try it over a cup. Does that sound like? No, that's no good. We need something a bit more substantial, I think. This is so professional. Right. What can we use? What can we use? Well, I have got that. Can I use the mouth of the ukulele? No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. These elastic bands aren't as rubbery as those. This is not professional. But that's quite loud. Sorry. Let's try that one. Let's try that one there. Which one was it? That one there. Let's try that one. Was that one right? Let's try that one. Let's try that one. It's going to get annoying, isn't it? Let's try that one. Let's try that. Let's just get rid of that. Not convinced. No, it's not got enough boing in it, has it? Right, just I've got nothing in here. I don't think I've got anything in here to do it. No, that's not working, is it? Right, well, let's try. I just need some placeholder sounds, really. That can be pick-up sound, can't it? We'll save that anyway. There's a jump. And then what's that look like? That'll do. What's that look like? That'll do. If we just amplify that a bit. Do 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 do. That'll do. I don't want to get too bogged down in that at the moment. So bring that back up and let's put some sound in the project. Audio and do not in there. Sounds, import sounds, pick wave, import, cool, and put sounds, jump. I want to do more of a springy sound for that jump, I think, but that'll do for now. So what we've got on collision with trophies, destroy trophy, and play sound, play, pick, done. That'll do. Alright, so is that going to work? Boop, 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 boop. That'll do. That'll do for that. And have we got a jump? Jump is well, I suppose I can just play sound on key pressed, I suppose. I don't think there is an on jump. I don't think there is an on jump initialized, is there? Is jumping on jump. On jump, that might work. That might work. See if that works. That'll do for now. Definitely needs more of a boing, boing. What can I do to make that? Oh, that'll do. It'll do for now. It'll do for now. Is that even? It's probably not even. Is that even? I keep flipping between. Yeah, that's working. It's not enough. It wants to be boing, boing, boing. Right, where are we? That, aren't we? Let's pop some music back on, shall we? It'll do for now. It'll do for now. Right. What I need now is, I think I need to make what we've got as the vicar a little more of a sinister figure, I think, because it's just not working out. So we need to hunch him up a little bit. So we need to bring this head down here a bit. Bring the head down here. Even down here. And then get this. Well, What can we use? It could have like a even an orange top, can't he? And if we sort of go like that, I know it's not very PC. I know hunchbacks aren't very PC, but it is a horror game now. Didn't start off being. Not sure what that is there. But if that's going to be the case, what it really needs is this is so. I need to see that colour palette coming up because I'm ignoring it, and it's meaning I'm not getting it's not picking up. It is picking up the colour, but then it's not selecting it. So when I go to draw, it's not drawing anything. It's picking up the colour again, and it's just annoying. Right, so probably down to there. I don't know how big to go on that. Is that? It's going to be quite a. Like this sort of thing, and then his arms are going to need to. I suppose we could do with just getting rid of some of this, and then his arms can like probably be a bit darker than that. His arms are going to come down here, aren't they? Like that, and then sort of his knuckles. That's probably a little bit excessive. They probably don't want me dragging quite on the ground. Just bring that background to dark there, like that, and probably. Like that. This is probably a little bit too much here. Like that. And then his neck sort of. Like that. How does that look? I think that's going to have to be down there, isn't it? Like that. And probably bald even. Not that there's anything wrong with being bald. But I think it could be bald, couldn't he? Or even have a sort of limited hair. Don't think he wants a square head, does he? Or square jaw even. Got the boots. Right. So then if we pick that same colour for his hair, I think, like that. I still need it to round that off a little bit, I think, there. And then we go a little bit darker. Like that. Like that a little bit, I'm not sure, but try that. And then just a little bit on his face there. give him a little more depth. Back of his head. No, I don't want to go there. Probably down here a little bit more. Too much. Try that. What's that look like? Well, it's not going to look right because I've only done one pole actually. That's ridiculous. Actually, some of that could be working in the walk though, definitely. Let's try it. Let's try the second part of his walk. We just need to get rid of that, don't we? Or should we keep them boots? I might keep them boots because they might be handy. So if we duplicate that and then cut his feet off, I think. No, that's not working. Cut them off. And then nick his boots off there. I wonder if that'll work. Looks like it might be a little bit too far over. So it goes up and pointing upwards, isn't it, there a bit, so take that and there to there, probably there, that's better, that might work. And then probably just move his head up a bit, a fraction. And fill those two bits in there. I think that might work. That might just work if you pick that up, the colour up right. Might need to do a little bit of movement in his arm as well. That arm could do with going up, I think, as well. Like that. And then remove, get rid of that. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, he looks alright. I don't know what I've done at the back there. That looks like there's one pixel that's playing up a little bit. Yeah, I need to look at that. There's a picture at the back in there. That's there. That's why I've missed it, because of the background. There. Okay. And I can't help but feel that you should be a little bit more rounding on this. Probably if we just pick that up a little bit darker there. Like that. No, that's no. You're gonna mess this up now. You're gonna mess it up. Let's get that. Pick that up. You're gonna break it if you're not careful. Pick that colour up. Pick that colour up there. Go to pen. Draw that out. Cool. Draw that out. Draw that out. That out. That out. That out. That, and that. Right, go a little bit darker there. Draw that in. From there, into there, into there, into there, I think. No, it's too far. Okay. A little bit more. There we go. Okay. Like that, I think. Same down there, and I need to just copy that back there. Drop it in there. Like that. What's it look like now? That's better. That's better. I'm getting a lot of colours in there now. I don't want to overdo it. Definitely could do with a bit more. Right, now I want a dying sound. What come up as a dying sound? Go to that. Wonder if we can just do a. Just try a. Oh, we need to stop that for a start, don't we? Stop that. How's that sound? Bit louder. Can we use that as a death knell? Back to there. Use that. Fade that out. Possibly. Fade that to there. Can we sound like the wrong way around? Horrible. Alright. What if we... Can we make some some noise. It's gonna be loud. No, that's no good, is it? That wants to fade out about there, doesn't it? We'll use that. For now. For now. For now, for now. Okay, so on collision with, where is it? Where's it gone? It's there, isn't it? Play, die, done. Put that at the top, top, and toggle disabled. That'll do for now. Really he wants to go or something. I definitely want a better jump. I don't like that jump. Could that? It's not very. It's just like a walking potato, that is, isn't it? That chap there. Right. So what we're doing now? What are we doing now? We need to. What do we need to do? Oh, well then, have I included, what's it while we're at it? Can those, just F5 it for now. I've got, can them bats kill me? No, bats aren't killing me yet, so why aren't the bats killing me? I need to put them in the baddest thing, don't I? Edit that and put the bats in there as well. Okay. Try that now. I need to do something about that jump. I'm unhappy about it. Bat. Now why is the bat not killing me? Why is the bat not killing me then? The bat. Baddies. The bat is in the baddies group, yeah. So, bat is in the baddies group. On collision with baddies. Right. So, what's the bat's? What's the bat's? Right. Set the bounding box. Let's do that first. We'll go from tip. That tip there. Because we need to be. Don't want to be too harsh. A lot more points on this than necessary. Something like that wants to be. They probably do with being a little more precise as well, really, but that is how it is at the moment. The fact that it has got a collision box on it, I would hope that it will collide. Animations. Now then, so they should kill me now. The bat should kill me. Yes, they are doing. Cool. Right, let's get some saving going there. And what else do we need? We need, well, that's cool. Right. What next? We need I could do with changing the key configuration, I think, although it's not essential at the moment. That elastic band sound, it sounds more like on land, not on jump. I need a better jump sound. 1 second, let's see what I've got. Right, I think I've got it. Let's try this. A spoon. It's not going to work, is it? Can we go a bit closer on that? What's that one like? It's not very loud, is it? Closer on there. Get around there. And cut that short. Making the noise. Something else making a noise. What's that one like? It's not that. one might do it. What's that one like? That one's a bit clearer. Right, I'm going to run with that. What a bodge. Clear that out, clear that out. Effects, amplify it a little bit. Do a fade on that. That'll do. Jump to. Save that. And import jump to. Thank you very much. And on jump to, done. Platform, player on landed, play sound, play jump. Okay, let's see what that sounds like. Better. Might be a little bit harsh. Might be a little bit harsh. Take that down by -10, I think, and that take that by -5. Don't want to be too take that down. That's better. Don't want to be too that's better. That's better. Obviously, if we get some music playing in there, it's going to be probably going to need to boost that a little bit. But I think that'll work. Hi Welsh Wanderer, you okay there, mate? Not too bad, thanks. I'm trying my hand at game design at the minute, so it's a little bit different to what you're used to. Yeah, it's quite amateur, but we're getting there, learning bits and bobs, mate. You know what it's like. It's been a bit of a trying time with all the lockdowns and everything, so you sort of have to find different ways of entertaining yourself, don't you? But there you go. So this is quite a nifty piece of software that allows you to write stuff. You sort of have to make all your graphics and that first, and then you write a bit of script to sort of direct all the stuff. I'm gradually getting there. It's quite good because you're working from scratch, and you've eventually sort of got something end product wise. You know, obviously according to your level, which is fairly low at the moment, but just recording a few sounds in that as well. So and it's not too bad. It's just a case of gluing stuff together. Do you know what I mean? It's you sort of, I don't know how long you've been on there, but you sort of create all your graphics like in dots and everything, and then you sort of create multiple pictures depending on what you want it to do. It's quite fiddly and time consuming, but at the moment we've got lots of time to do nothing else. So yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them things I've always fancied. When I was a kid, I had old ZX Spectrum, and I used to mess about doing little bits and bobs on that, and I've always fancied picking it up again, sort of with more modern stuff. So I got this, what's this, about 3 months ago now, 2-3 months ago something, and I've slowly been learning, you know, more about it. And to be honest with you, all the other stuff, the other gaming stuff, I've not bothered with it because I've got a bit enthralled in this, like, you know. Well, see how we go. So where are we? What did I want to do next? I can't remember now. Got the got all that. We've got the sound. I tell you what I use paint.net. I've got used to using that because I know Photoshop's is they do like it's like a rental thing now, isn't it? We have to pay annually for it. So that I use where is it? I use paint.net, which is very, I mean, it's obviously it's a free version of it, but I can do pretty much most things that I need to do on that. It works with transparencies and everything. So, but I think everything's getting like that now as far as software is concerned. You don't buy it outright anymore. It's like Office. It's like you rent it on an annual basis. Do you know what I mean? So I want to try and get to the stage where I've got the gear that I need to do what hobbies I want to do, and then just, you know, not have to, I don't want to get involved in any of these annual fees. I'm not a big fan of that. Right, so I need to put a controller in there somewhere. So if we add a gamepad controller, and then what do you use it for mainly then? What do you use paint Photoshop? I was going to Paint Shop Pro. What do you use Photoshop for mostly then? Gamepad. I suppose is oh, looks like that game's still going off in the background. Shut that down for now. Oh yeah, yeah. Cropping and stuff, and adjusting the saturation and all that. Like, I don't really do a lot. The only thing I do with photos is my brother's quite into photography, but I've never really been any good at it. The only thing I do with photos is cut people's heads off and put them on other stuff. I don't really get a lot other than that. I don't really do. I've had to go on this as well, where you sort of take it. I think they call it digitalizing, but where you take real images and then animate them, sort of thing, in a game. So you would take a picture of someone famous or whatever, and then make them into a sprite so that they can walk and you can actually recognise them. You can only go so small with them, and you don't recognise them anymore because obviously it's got its limits. But I've done a bit of that with resizing stuff, and that is quite interesting. You take if you sort of take a normal human being, head to toe, and shrink it down proportionately, it doesn't seem to look right when it's really small. So what you have to do is, when I say it's really small, I mean small like an on-screen game sprite like. So what you have to do is you sort of, before you shrink it down, you shorten the legs, make the head bigger, make the hands bigger, and the legs fatter and that, and then shrink it down, and it looks more sensible when it's smaller. Do you know what I mean? And it's obviously more recognisable because the head's proportionally bigger and that. But it's quite interesting what you find out in doing things. You know what I mean? It's right. Okay. On any button pressed. On button press. Let's try that first. Okay, we will try button A, then on A pressed. Yay. Yeah, it is. It's one of those that you start something, then you chip away at it and just keep altering it a little bit. I've done. There's a website on called itch.io, and what they do is they host games. So you sort of build something within the software, and then you can you can export it as an exe file, like just as a normal game to play, but you can also upload it to this itch site, and it's a bit like. I suppose it's like any social media site. It's like YouTube or something, except instead of uploading videos, you're uploading games, and then people will play them and then give the feedback on and everything, But it's quite interesting because you're all the time trying to come up with something that's a little bit different to what everybody's already done. Do you know what I mean? So I've done a few. Just where are we? Okay. So like you're on. So this is the last one that this is one that I did. I put it in. What they have like these things called game jams where they give you a rough. Concept idea or something, and then you have to build something that sort of meets that criteria within a week or within 3 days or whatever it is of the realms of the thing, and then everybody makes a game along those lines, and then they just like review, they just do reviews on them and everything. So this is the last one I did. This was basically what you have to do is you have to rewire this circuit board. I'll put it on. It's a little bit like, I don't know how much you know about old games, but it's sort of loosely based around an old game called Light Cycles, but I mean that is going back to the 80s. So you you have to wire up the board one node at a time. without touching any of the other stuff, and then once you've wired all the nodes up, you have to then go back and wire all the fuses up without touching anything that you've already done, like that. So it's quite... I should be able to do this, really. So then they all live up, and then I've got to get back in there without touching something I've already wired up. Wire them two, then get back out again. And then you get to electrocute James Corden, and obviously it gets progressively harder until it gets ridiculous. So that was that one. So just done it. I've done it like over the past few months, and that I've done a bunch of like little games like that that are trying to make them as different as possible from the previous one you'd done. Do you know what I mean? So game I actually sold it. An Amiga 1200. Oh right. Oh, so you've got some history there. Then I didn't realise I had I was Spectrum. I had a ZX Spectrum, but no, it's quite interesting. Keeps the grey matter ticking, doesn't it? You know. Keeps the grey matter ticking. Right, so where were we? We needed to add action. Right, so that button should now I don't want that. I want that. I want the player to jump. That's what I want him to do. So that should work off that controller now. So let's give that a try. Go to on the right page. Cool. We're getting there. Right. Have they got any value? Welsh, are they worth anything now? Because the Amiga was sort of more. It was like in between, wasn't it? It was late. Was it not later than like the Commodore 64 and that? Wasn't it sort of the bridge between the original personal computers and then sort of the IBM stuff that came later? Wasn't it sort of a halfway mark between the two? I can't remember the Amiga very well. I think I was. I think that's when I used to go out. That's when I was in my going out years. But I had a Spectrum when I was in my teens, and then I didn't get a proper PC until it'd be about 2000, I think. Might have been just before 2000, probably about 1998, something like that. Just when the internet was kicking off. I mean, I remember that. The good old days of the internet when the only people that could upload a photograph were people who had their own websites. But it's a bit different now. I can't. Did the Amiga work on like big floppy drives, or did it work on? I can't remember. I can't really remember it. I know the lad at work. I think he used to have one as well. Right. Let's put some more rules in. Gamepad. Yeah, somewhere in between, because I think there was the computer and the keyboard one thing, or was the keyboard separate to the actual unit on them? because like the Commodore 64 was you know, the old, it was all part and parcel, wasn't it? It was one unit, like the old BBCs as well. They were, weren't they? But was the Amiga like a separate keyboard, or was it all one unit still? Compare axis. Left analog axis. Left. So we're going to be using that way. Yeah. Left analog axis is equal to, is less than, I don't know, minus 50. Floppy disk drive to the side of the keyboard. Right, I got you. Simulate control left. Try doubling that up. Left axis is more than 50. Right, okay, see what that does. Keeps jumping to the wrong page. Right, we're getting there now. We've got, well, semi. It's not turning though, is it? What's up with that? You just missed out on me recording the vibrating spoon on the side of the table for the jump sound. And me hitting a teacup with a penknife for the pickup sound. Right, so I've got to find out why that's not turning him as well now. So that's going to kill me. Right. Okay. We need to mirror it's in there, isn't it? So they want right. So yeah. No, I was trying to, because I'm just trying to use stuff that I've got in the room, but I had to go downstairs for a spoon. Luckily, I've got my uke, so I can. So I can use that for little bits and bobs, but it's quite. I used it for. I did a horse racing game, and I did the old. It's quite good when you get it layered a few times. But yeah, I'm about ready for doing another tune. Right, I need to shove those up there to be in the same as that, really. Not that one. That one. So it needs to be there. And that needs to be there. And that needs to be there. Okay. So simulate going right. So if I take a copy of that and drop it there. No, that's the wrong one. That's left arrow, set mirrored. That one there. And that one there. No, that one there. I broke it now. Keep it on left. It goes on left. No, no. To not mirror when you're going right. Set to mirrored when you're going left. And I've taken that off there, so that needs to go back in there, doesn't it? I think that's it. Let's see what happens now. Yes. Cool. Right, we've now got support on the controller. Right, let's save that. What do we need next? We need, I could probably tidy that up a bit, couldn't I, really? Because that, oh, it'll be all right. That's on there, right, cool, yeah, yeah. Get in there. Okay. So we now need, we've got that in there. We pick those up. I think we're about ready. Oh, I know what I need now. I need a counter to keep track of what we've done. So we will put a text box down the bottom there. It can actually go on the same level as that vignette, can't it? Move to layout, move to Vin. So that's going to stay there. Probably ought to make that red text or something. Change that to, we'll call it can't for now. And we'll change the text to red so we can see it. Can we see that? Oh, that's a bit ugly. Well, we'll get it working first and we can make it look prettier after that. Okay, we need to give it a name. Picked. And give it an instance variable of amount collected, a number of 0. Okay, and then we need to every tick no, we don't do that. We need to on collision with trophies, we need to actually no, it's going to be a bad idea, that is. I think we're probably better off doing it as a global variable. Yeah. items. We'll call it items. Initial value nothing. That's better. And then on every collection, add 2 items, 1 of. Okay. And then on every tick, update. No, on every tick, take the picked and set the text with items. Or not. I think. Right, so we've got that in there. Yes. We're cooking with gas. Right, so does that need to be reverse? I think it does, doesn't it? I think you need to have it so that you've got to collect so many items, and then when you collect it, is that still shouldn't be happening in the background? That shouldn't, because once he's died, he should be dead. So if we then say -1, subtract from items 1, done, sound. So we go in there, we've got 100 items to collect. Use my controller. Ooh. 99, 98, 97. Cool. Right. Now we're going to make that look a little bit more presentable, because it's horrific at the minute. We'll change it to 100. So we know. Oh no, that was a bad. That felt like something crashing out then. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh God, it's done it again. Oh, that's the second time it's done that today. Oh, it's saved. What's it saved? Oh, it's not saved any of that. You bastard. That is so frustrating. That is so frustrating. That's the second time it's dropped out without saving. Never mind. Never mind. We can go again. At least I just did click save before I introduced that variable. So I've got cold, hot sweats now. Bloody radiator off. Right, we'll try again. Insert, new object, text, bang it in there. We're going to call that items as well. Cool. We're going to change that to red, and we're going to move that there. Annoying. Move it to Vin sheet. Default it to 100 again. Probably just drop it there, I think. Actually, we'll probably make it a bit smaller than that. That's 12. We'll make it 8. That'll do. And event sheet, every tick. Actually, no, we don't need to update it there. We can update that when the collision happens, can't we? To save it doing it all the time. Collision with trophy. System subtract from items done. No, I'm alright at the minute, thanks. Add action, update. Items, set text, and set it as items. Done. Yeah, I did. I got it sorted. I had to have a new cylinder head on it in the end. Well, I had a new cylinder head, new radiator, new core plugs, and just like oil filter and everything changed. But yeah, I had it all done, and it's been MOT'd. But I've only done about 80 miles in it this year, from MOT to MOT. It's just not moved. I'm trying to start it up once a fortnight and take it to, take it out for sort of 20 minutes, but done no mileage in it at all this year. Hopefully, when all these restrictions get released, whatever, relaxed or whatever, then things are going to change. I see there's already quite a few people planning. Yeah, there seems to be quite a few people planning stuff and that. I see some of the guys planning camping meetups and everything, but I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait until it's definitely, it's definitely happening. I'm not going to book anything just yet. But it's going to be weird, everything going back to normal. Oh right, yeah. Well, that is one of the beauties of having a van, isn't it? I suppose is you're not sort of tied so much by the size. I mean, I do. There's a couple of sites that I do. There's one. I go to that one in Wales. That the one on the island. I can't remember what it's called now. I've been there a few times, and there's one quite close to us that they do a meet up there, and I go there. But apart from that, I don't really use a lot of campsites. So, and of course, the beauty of that is I just got done by the back there. The beauty of that is when all this is Shell Island, yeah. I think that's quite a cool. It is quite a cool location, that is, and how it gets cut off and that at night with the tides and that. I think it's quite makes it quite interesting. Go there a couple of times a year. But all down that coast, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all right. It is. I mean, it is good to. It is good to go to these meets and that. It's especially because I'm in a, like you say about a Facebook group. I'm in a high ace Facebook group, and they have like a couple of annual meets. Is it still an annual meet if you have more than one? I don't know, but they meet up a couple of times a year, whatever. And it's been quite good because they've been to Shell Island a couple of times. There's some inland places to go to, and they do a music festival as well. And I've been there with them and that, and it's good. We've enjoyed it. And I say it's always interesting to see people who's got the same motor as you, because you can see what they've done and you can see what you've done and that. And I am still the only one who's got a log burner in a high ace. They're up to now, so I'm still waiting for another one of them to see another one of them. But that's not been lit for over a year either, so that I don't know what's going to probably be a nest in there or something by the time I get around to it again. Yeah, if I'm honest, I think half the fun for me is not having to rely on anything, is not having to book it anywhere, and being able to just pull over and exist and sort of get by with what you've brought with you. That really is half the fun for me. And I think once you train, if you're reasonably what's the word? Flexible, physically flexible. You can have a proper wash and that, with a kettle and a bowl. I mean, admittedly, it probably won't be the case when I'm 80, but currently, you can wash. I can wash as well as I can in the van as I can anywhere. It's a bit of twisting and turning and that, but it's good. It's good. But look, I'm looking forward to getting back into it. I am. I say I've took the van a couple of times to work, and what I tend to do is, because I don't live a million miles away, because I've been walking ever since this pandemic thing. Been walking to work. But then probably once a month, I'll take the van and I'll leave early, and I'll sort of do a 5 miles in it or something, so it gets warm. So at least I'm not just starting it and stopping it sort of thing. And when I do, I keep thinking, yeah, I need to get back out. But it has been weird because sort of for the last 5 years, twice a month, I've been staying out for the weekend and whatever, and then of course your holidays. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's been a really weird year because like as I say, for the last 5 years, every weekend out somewhere different, and then suddenly bang, this came in. Well, there's 3 things that's happened. There's the obviously the COVID. My van packed up, and I had this problem with my shoulder. And to be honest with you, if any one of them had happened, I'd have been knackered anyway, because I couldn't drive properly. I couldn't reverse or anything with my shoulder, and that's still not right. So it's getting there, but it's just ridiculous how long it's took. But hopefully everything's going to line up nicely. This is slowly getting better. The van's fixed, and then the restrictions are going to get lifted. So it should all just come into one. It's better that it's happened like it is than, because like they could have had COVID this year, the van could have packed up next year, and they could have done my shoulder the year afterwards. You know what I mean? So the fact that it's all happened in one year is probably beneficial for me, because it's got it all out of the way. Do you know what I mean? And there you go. I need to start thinking about what the point of this game is going to be. I think what I'm going to have is like a bunch of stuff that you've got to find, and then a special key that you've got to find that lets you into a special room, and then in the special room there's some other monster, and then you get the final thing or something like that. I'm going to have a think about it now, because I'm getting to the stage now really where I need to start making the actual game instead of just getting the assets all working. I could do with one other walking monster, I think. I've got Igor and I've got the bats. What we're looking like for time. Didn't say on there. Anyway, I need to save that. That's what I need to do before I do anything else. Okay. I need some more flooring, I think. Where's my tile map? Do that. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Need to count how far down that is, don't I really? Why is that? That looks like it's... What's happened there? Have I moved something? Looks like I moved something there. I think I broke it. Down to there, and then drop an end on. And then need some stairs from that edge. To there, and then we need those. And then have I done that right? No, I need to put that in there. And then that can go there. Okay, how are we looking now? Already dead. Need some music for this. Oh. Cool. Right. What we need now is we need some music. That is what we need. I need to save that and let us jump onto the where is it? 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 Onto this. Now what we're looking for is, this is a new thing as well. This is an online music creation thing. And we need to make something sad and horror like. So God knows what we're going to come up with on this. Let's take that and actually that already sounds like Psycho. How does that go? No, it's not going to work, is it? Do you know what? I think that's a bad idea. I need to come back to that. Right. So we've got the counter in place. We need to make some sort of locking device. Now, I could do with stealing some of the colours, I think, from here. And probably bring it into can I open that map up? Select that. And then insert new object. Now I need to come up with some sort of door. So what will it be? It's going to be 20. It's not going to be anything special, is it? So if we resize that, in fact, no, it wants to be, because we might need to put animations in it, so it doesn't want to be that, does it? Right. Insert new object, a sprite, and it will be 10 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 50 by 10. That'll do. Nothing special, just a little door. Do it with that, I think. Possibly. Why is it see-through? Something like that, and then a few. Oh no, hang on, we need... that a little bit darker. Okay. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Get off there. Right, that needs moving to probably the baddies level. Move to baddies. Right, and it needs a line in. It needs a lining. Bottom. Okay. Cool. And then we make it, call it a door. Now, do we have that? Should we have that locking off that second level? Probably be a good idea. And there's no way to get over the top of that, is there? I think. What's it look like from the game point of view? Could do with being surrounded by grey, really, couldn't it? I think black don't really work. Actually, the red might work better. And I probably ought to take, take the red and the grey out the other bit, didn't I, really? If we edit that tile map, take the red out of there, add it to that door. And then the grey from there as well. And draw that in, I think. And then take that greeny colour and drop that in there. something like that, and then probably just take the edge off that door a little bit there, and there. Take the corners out. Oh. Take that off there. Like that. What does that look like? That's more like it. That's more like it. So what that could do with is like a chain that lifts it out, I think. So can we make a chain to go to the top of that? I'm sure we can. If we make that how much bigger has it got to be? It's got to be quite a bit bigger, hasn't it? Height 50, 100, 200. I need to align it top anyway, don't I? Because it's not going to work otherwise. Then we rotate it. Then we get what we want, don't we? Right. Now then, how am I going to chain this up? It's going to be pixel art at its finest. The trouble is it's got to show against that background. It has. So, do we go for a gold chain? I think that's what we go for. If we use the gold off one of these, then at least we're keeping the colours, aren't we? So if I take that across there, and take that door to there. Oh, I can actually do it. What if we just do it with a gold all the way up? No, it wants to be a chain, doesn't it? So, how are we going to make a chain link? Pick that up. Pick that up. And we make a chain about like that. And we do that and get rid of those. Now then, can we steal that and make the other side? If we make that side of that, oh no. If we make that side that, that side that, oh come on man, What's going off? Why is that not picking that up? That's it. Right. So that can be the first link. Ah, there's a problem for a start. It's not in the middle, is it? It's annoying. So let us make that a little bit wider. That's annoying. Why can't I get that? There we go. Make that a little bit wider there. It's going to look a bit scruffy with them dots in there. This would be a lot easier in something else, but we've opted to use the in-game editor, so we'll stick with it. There we go. There we go. Right. I think I'm gonna get rid of them dots for now, because I think that will look better with a gradient as well. Talking about, oh, so annoying. I'll leave that like that for now. Right, now then. We want half that chain to sit on there, don't we now? And then the next part of the link needs to go. Now, I have to work out how this is going to look, because those links need to sit correctly, don't they? And I can't. That'll probably do it, won't it? Is there any real need to try and make them interlock? What if that goes like that? It's not going to really help, is it? Do they need to be maybe a little bit longer so that I can have that overlap? What do they look like a little bit longer then? Copy that, then delete that, then paste that. This is taking longer than it should. What about like that? Does that help? Not really. Not really, unless What if it's flipped? And then one's darker on one side and one's darker on the other side. Is that going to give me the effect I'm looking for? Might do, you know. Might just jolly well do. No, it's not, is it? Because then that's going to interfere with that one anyway, isn't it? So we're not going to be any better off. Unless that's like that. Can I do that? It's not. It doesn't look right to me. Come on. Now, where are we going wrong here? We're going wrong somewhere. I think what I need to do is I need to get rid of that. You're pressing the wrong buttons. Is that going to work? That might work actually. If I just get that alternate loop thing, that might just give me that. If this bloody select thing works. Like that. I'm going to do it. That might do it, you know. Might give me the effect I'm looking for. And then, no, that needs to come off there, doesn't it? So if we just, well, need to chop that off first, don't we? That there. Chop that off there. Pull that down to there. And then, hopefully, we've got a light on that side, so we need to be down to about there. And then to there. Is that going to do what we want it to do? Is that going to look how I want it to look? You know what, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Actually, could have gone with being a bit smaller than that. I think that'll do. I think that'll do. I could probably put a little bit of a chamfer on that. But no, we can live with that. We can live with that. Let's give that a save. I still need to just make a little bit of alteration to this. If we go pick that up, there we go. Hand drawn. Hand drawn. Cool. No way of getting, well, can get through it. I need to just give it a see, the only trouble is I'm only going to be able to use that from that one ceiling, because unless I have it like a, it actually looks more like a clock, one of those things you wind up a grandfather clock with. Now we need to make it solid, don't we? Make it solid. There we go. Now I shouldn't be able to get through it. Cool. Can't get any past that. So my thoughts, you would need, because that looks like a clock thing, it would be good if there was something that was clocky that you pulled. That's me dead from 2 bats. Something clocky that you pulled to let you past it. So how are we gonna? Yeah, you see the trouble is if it's down. Oh dear, what you done there? It's down here. It's going to need to disappear up behind something, isn't it? So let's cross that bridge when we come to it. So how are we going to lift it up? We need a function, I think, do we? Or not? Well, let's see if we can get it moving. It needs some. We need some sort of. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just work it with a simple collision to begin with. Let's get the thing moving first. So, on collision, with door, what can we do? going to work, is it? I suppose if I give it if I give it bullet behavior and then set angle, set speed to 0, on collision with door, set speed to 100. What's that going to do now? This is not. Well, that's one thing. Wrong way of doing it. Let's get him a bit closer to it for a start. Over here. And then save that. On collision with door, set door, set angle of motion. We'll set it to 270. And then speed to 0. We'll change that to set it to 20. We don't want it going too fast. How's that working out? That's not how doors work, is it? Why has it done that? Set angle of motion to 90 then. What happens now? Oh, it's collided with it twice. Right, okay. Right. So if we set it to minus 90, what happens now? Same thing. That don't make sense. Well, what's the angle of motion to begin with then? Is that because gravity is naught? No. Set angle. No. It's probably not the right thing to use, is it? No, so that's not going to work, is it? So let's remove that. And let's add a custom movement instead. Door. Set speed. Vertical speed 100. No, 20. Done. Try that. Good start. Try minus 20. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Now, so what I need it to do is I need it to do that and then, yeah. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 3 seconds. And then reset the speed to 0. Cushty. That should do it. So we go to there, we go clonk, the door opens. Doesn't need to open that far. For 2 seconds. Now that is a good way to do a door. Now we could do, oh, it's gone twice. So that needs to be, locked, doesn't it, once it's done that. So a door, could that have a, like a Boolean state, so that if it was either open or closed. So if we set an instance variable in there and call it open, or something, or just anything. I can't even type now. Call it open false. Right, so that means that on the collision with door, then we trigger that. We trigger that to toggle the Boolean open. So once she's collided with the door, it turns that off. Right, and then okay, so we'll work out how this is going to work. If it's open, no, that open wants to be down there, doesn't it? So that it the door. Right, so then we put a secondary one in there. We put a secondary condition in there, which is saying, is the door open, set, done. So on collision with the door and the door is open, not invert it. So if it's on collision with the door and the door is closed, do this. Set it to open. Alternatively, on collision with the door and the door is open, to 21. I don't know why I set it to 21. Minus 20. So the door is open. So and toggle open to the other thing. That's cool. So that means that should be now that if you touch it once, bang, opens. Touch it again, closes, and kills you. Right, there lies the problem. Is if you hit it twice before it's finished its cycle. Right, first one opens it. Second one closes it, opens it again. Right, so there needs to be something's not switching that. Something's not switching that. Why is it not switching? Is it on collision with the door? And the door is open. You see, that probably suggests that's better off not being a toggle. You're probably better off, because it's the nature in which it's working. You would set Boolean open to true, and then set open to false. How does that work? That's a problem now. You can see it's already a problem. So it's got to finish its cycle before it allows. Before it allows you to touch it again. So right, so what we need to do is we also need to disable the door done. I'm sure there's an easier way of doing this. To enabled. I'm sure there's an easier way of doing this. It looks like it's a bit cluttered, that does. Bang. Right, now the collisions are disabled. It's not. Right. So I can't do it like that. Can't do it like that. So I need to be triggering it from somewhere else, don't I? Oh. I can't have it switching them off. Can't have it switching them off. So there's going to be something else that's opening that anyway. So it can't be you that's doing it, can it? It needs to be something else. So really then it wants to be that on collision with door and the door is not open, set open to true immediately, and then nothing else. It'll just do it once, won't it? It's only going to do it once. One second lets me under, doesn't it? Want a bit more clearance than that though, don't we? So we do that with a 2 seconds, but only a -15 speed. How's that look? That'll do. So that works. So we've got gates that open when you touch them. So what I need now is I need another item that opens that gate, that's paired with that gate. Because can I do that? I need a noise, don't I, for that gate? What can I use? What can I use? What, a lever or something, don't I? A lever. It can use the same. It can use the same stuff as that, can't it? So if we insert another object, another sprite, it's probably going to need a thing anyway, isn't it? So if we if we steal off that door, just steal that, and then change that to a switch. Right, so the switch only needs to be so big, isn't it? Come on, you freak. About like that. What would a switch look like? A switch would have that gold. We need to can I see that from there? Not really, no. Why is that so small? Should be bigger than that. And it should be on the back wall. Should be there, shouldn't it? Oh. Platforms are separate, aren't they? So what's that then that I've moved? There. Well, that's a coincidence. I've made it exactly the same size as a brick, and it's on the wrong side. So really, that wants to be on a platform, doesn't it? It wants to be on a platform. It does. So it wants to be somewhere like that, but higher up, clearly. Right, gotcha. And also it wants to be in front. I don't really want killing either. take that. Resize it. Height 20. Some sort of switch is what we want. So it's going to go like that, in it, I think. Like that, do you think? I'm never going to get used to this picking thing. No, that's not right, is it? Right. It's not going very well now. I'm getting fed up with it. I suppose what I could do, if we set that see, that can't be on thingy, can it? Because it needs to be. Where is change that? Getting a bit annoying. Right, don't like that switch. Don't look right. Don't look right with the red surround. Neither does that. Neither does that. Crop that. That's identical, isn't it, on there and there? So if we duplicate that, off, cool. Click that. Right, so on collision with switch, I still don't like that. Right, on collision with that switch should run that process and open that door. But can I see that door from that switch? Yes, I can. Can I when I'm on it? No. I could do with seeing that move, really. So, for that to be the case, I would like that. Not quite sure what that is. It does want to do that. Move that there. So when okay, on collision with door, on collision with switch, done. Change switch. Set animation to open. You're only going to want to open it once anyway, aren't you? That's not right. Still could do a little bit further over, I think, but it is working. That's the main thing. Get up there. Okay. That's the kitty. Once the door is open, so we want to noise, don't we? That's what we want. Dead. Well, the bats don't seem to be killing me. Right. I think that'll do for today. We've made a bit of headway. Still not really any the wiser as to what the point of it's all going to be, but anybody that's been watching, appreciate it. If you're still there, Welshie, thanks for dropping in, mate. I'll see you next time.